So once you're in here, click on characters, and you should see a list of cool characters like this. So pick whichever one you like. They have 2 pages here of them. I'm gonna pick one I'll pick like this Jamaican guy. This not so Jamaican guy. Yeah, so just in Mixamo, go to store, and then in there you click characters. So you pick the character that you want. I'm gonna pick this guy. Once you have the character that you like, you can click here, find animations, and we're gonna pick a dance for him, right? So you can search animations, or you can just look through them right here. I'm just gonna search dance, and it's gonna show me all sorts of different dance animations that have been pre-recorded. So I can do like the YMCA.
That's nice.
It doesn't really work with his hat though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mixamo store characters. So Mixamo is completely free. They have advanced features too for if you're like a character designer, you can very easily put things in here and animate them. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so you pick the character, find animations, you find the animation that you want. Once you got the animation that you want, click over here, add to pack. So you add to pack, and now this character has 1 animation. Once you have that, you click add to my assets, like here, and then view download. And you click that, and then it's right here. I got my character, he's dancing. I do Q download, and then here it's going to show me a menu, and I'm just going to format FBX for Unity. It's a format right here. So I want everyone to do this. FBX for Unity, then Q download. And then it'll prepare the download, and I'll show you what to do next.
There are like a couple of different ways you can download it, but
Q download, and then FBX for Unity.
it will pop up something and say that it's in the queue, and then you go click that, you go to the queue, then you actually download it.
What is typically best as far as the format?
For Unity, there's a
Same on the
Unity, yeah, that's it. Yeah. And then you don't need to, I think you could make the frame specific 60, because 60 is like the standardized frame per second VR. Like nothing is lower than 60 frames per second. 90 is probably like 60 is like the minimum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you just click it, I think that's
not
just
get
a
you dizzy
still
or
animation.
anything. So.
If you click dance up there in the search, if you just search it, you should show you only the dance moves. You got it? Yeah, you download it. Yeah, and then you can just click whichever one you want.
I think it has it. Then you can just drag it to the Unity files.
Wait, that was free?
Yeah, that's all.
Whenever you're ready,
everything on
you can
Mixamo
add
is
to
free.
pack. To add the animation to the pack,
Maybe.
and then add to my assets. I think you remove the female dance pose. You see right there's a little trash can here, and then add to my assets.
Yes.
And then view download, and then Q download, and then format FBX for Unity. and then Q download.
Did you do the right format?
No.
She did FBX in a little slower. We got it. And then you can do download.
What is the right one?
It's supposed to be FBX for Unity. So it's one of the settings right before you do the Q download. It's just the word. You're doing the update
What's your
now?
dance?
I hope you're plugged in. Plugged in, right?
Where?
Wow, like your power is dying. When you're updating. I mean, like, it'll be like a day or two of really like being annoyed.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay.
Do you drag the folder into your assets? Or
So hold up.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'll show you how to pull it in, right? You guys get it?
No, I forgot about 11 or something. It says that it's not working. I hope it's really character.
Do you have like Firefox? Do you have like something else?
Right now?
Try it. Yeah, I bet you disabled like scripts or something, man. Like, you got like some no script plugin or something. Everyone has WebGL nowadays, you don't have to download it. If you're running Chrome. You definitely have some script blockers or something like that. Yeah, so then, once you got your character download screen here, and you clicked the download button, it would have downloaded a zip file, right? So all I want you to do is that zip file, once it's done downloading, I want you to extract that zip file. And then in there will be the assets that we need for Unity. Once you've extracted the zip file. So everything that's inside the zip file, you drag it in Unity. So I'm just going to extract my zip file with 7-zip. Yeah, and in there, you should usually see the name of the character and the name of the animation. Since you didn't do FBX for Unity, yours should just be one file in there.
I did it again.
Oh, that works too. Yeah, the more time you do it, the more practice you get. Yeah, so then you just take these two files. One is the character and one is the character's animation, and you drag them into Unity once you've extracted it. Yeah, just in the project down here. It might say something like this: normal map settings, fix now, fix now. So just click fix now. It's just saying, oh, you have a normal map. Did you sure to mark it like a normal map? And you're like, yes, mark it like a normal map for me. Something like that. So now you should actually have your character ready to go.
There he is.
is it?
Ready to go.
Which one did you drag over? Is it there's two things. There's three
Yeah,
things that
so
I-
the one with the little preview, not the blue one. The blue one just has an animation. Drag just the. Mine looks like a sphere for some reason. But
into the assets? Yeah.
Is it a square like you stretched out? The character stretched out?
oh, that's the texture of that character. If you wanna select a little white, make this a little bit.
Yeah, same thing.
How come you closed one of the tabs?
So it should be,
Oh.
I wanna see like the front of that.
just wait for it to fix it. And you drop it by into.
I just wanna see what happens here. Yeah, probably. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have, this is the character. There. You just drag this.
Drag this.
Got it.
This is the animation of the character, and I'll show you what to do with that next.
The animation. The animation underneath with you should probably
So
be more
that's the
than
character right there.
Oh, so I need to make it bigger.
I think up more.
I'm trying like
Go it up. Yeah, he's way back there, see? Just delete him. Okay, you have to do the function delete on Mac. FM delete. No, control delete. Yeah.
So when you drag it in here,
Yeah, he's on the ground there.
I need to make it bigger.
Why did he use a hearing keyboard? Is everything really big in your scene? What are these barrels? What? 6, 7, 3 by 3?
It's a female jump. They misgendered my passenger.
Yeah, things are very big. Yes, you can make them bigger. So just, the scale. We should make it like everything else. I'm gonna get this back. It's okay, you can make some bigger, it's fine. Yeah, so just see you made the scale, click the boy again. See how you have the top level. Oh yeah, you're right. You were pulling it from there. You see how the scale is 1.2 in there and 2.5? So make I think you scaled him upward. You see? He's like stretched. So just make the scale the same. Yeah, so like if it's 1 there, it should be 1 on all of them. Yep. Now you fixed it. Yeah, just make sure when you pull them around, you see when you click inside, sometimes you click one of the inside, like the hair and stuff. So the top level is the one that you want to work with. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so pull him somewhere where you can see him. So did you get your character? Oh, that's the dance. So see, that's the animation. You want to pull that. That's the character. Yeah. So now let me show you how you put the animation that you had, that you downloaded, onto the character to animate him. Now, if you click the character, and not always by clicking in here, because sometimes when you click in here, you might end up clicking on like a part of the character, like the hair or something like that. The safest way to click on a character is usually here, just the top level in the hierarchy. You see like the parent object that has all the other components in it. So just if you have that clicked, you'll notice that on the right side, the components has an animator. So, but in the controller, it says none. So there's no animator controller right now, meaning that like, it's pretty much ready to animate. We're just not telling it how to animate it or with what yet. Unity doesn't know. So this is how you create an animator controller. So every character or every object that is gonna animate like in some predetermined way has to have this thing called an animator controller. So you create that by right-clicking in here in the assets, right-click, create, animator controller. Should be right in the middle there somewhere. See that? And then you should see these kind of icons like this. I just called my new animator controller, it doesn't matter. So if you double click that, it'll open up this window. So this is just a simple animation window. You don't have to know what any of these things mean yet. You'll see in a moment how it works. But now what I want you to do is I want you to take this other file that came with your character. You'll usually notice you'll have the name of your character and then you'll have your character at Snake Hip Hop Dance. So that's mine, for example. So that's the character's hip hop dance animation, basically. So to add that animation in here, all I do is I take this other file that came with my character and I drag it in here, like that. And you'll see that this arrow gets created automatically from entry to that animation. So again, you create an animator controller by right-click, create animator controller. Once you have that looks like this file. If you can't see, it looks like this file. And then you double-click that, and then this will open. And then you take this other file, the one that has the animation in it, and you drag it in there, like that. So let's just do that real quick. So animator controller. So double click on now you want to find. Yes, you see, this is the character. That seems to be Yeah, so you see in here, when you open the character, see how it will play? That's the animation that came with it. Now, see, we had, I think you did just FDX. So when you FDX repeatedly, it separates the character and the animation. For me, see, it's like two files. For you, it's one file, which still works. So, you know, if you want to just get specific with the animation you want, you just open that character, and then that's the animation that will play. So you drag that from there, and that basically doesn't have a name, but that's the animation which you downloaded. You could also do that just by dragging the whole character. So pull that animation here. The only thing is just when you're doing here from Mixamo, Oh, there they are. Yeah. See, so you try it out. Yeah, this one. I can see that. See that?
Yeah.
This is the character. So when you click it, you see the character here.
Yep.
And then this one is the animation. It's usually the name of the character, act, and then like the animation's name.
Right.
So just stay right here. Good. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. You guys got that animator controller?
Everything's set up with that.
Yeah. So I'll do it right now. So then all you have to do. So now keep this in mind, right? So this is the animator. That's located in this file. So this is, we're basically setting like the behavior of the animation, because you might have, you know, in a complex project you can have hundreds of animations and hundreds of characters. So each character has its own controller that controls its animations basically. So now we just set up a very simple one animation in this controller. Now we can go back to our scene. So you just click scene right here. Now click your character up here, the top level of your character. And remember over here where it has animator and it says none controller, none runtime controller. Now we drag that controller that we made, that icon that we double clicked, we drag that in here, like that. And now if I press play, here it goes.
Doesn't even notice the destruction.
Doesn't care.
Yeah, he just do his groove.
He won't collide because he doesn't have a collider. And then he stops. The reason why he stops is we just need to make his animation loop. So to make his animation loop, you can again double click the animation controller. Boom. And then our animation, the snake hip hop dance, I can double click that. So I double click this animation, and then in here I get the animation properties, and there's a little check mark right here called loop time. Everyone see that? You do loop time, apply, and now I can go back into my scene and press play, and he'll keep dancing. So double click the animation. I'll show you one sec. So yeah, it plays and then it stops. Technically, gotta make a loop. So click the animator again. So go back to assets. Creation, right? Just scroll down. Yeah, that one. Remember we created that one? That was that whole menu. So you double click that again and go back to it. You can see it also brings you here. So once you have it open, it opens a new tab just for animator. So you can always switch back and forth like that too. So you can double click YMCA dance animation. Now so you open the animation settings. You want to scroll down here. Loop time. Yes. So you apply. And now if you go back to scene and you press play, it should just keep looping. You got it? Did you loop it? Did you loop it? Yeah, you got it? Did you apply? Scroll down. Just scroll down that thing here. I'll click apply. Yeah, and now if you press play, you should do it. Yeah. Oh, did you?
Trying to put some.
Oh, did you put the collide? Oh, I see what you're trying to do. Yeah, don't. On press play again. Yeah, believe. Don't make a mesh collider on here. It doesn't really work with characters. It's a long story because usually the meshes are actually in here. That's just like a parent object, which kind of doesn't have a shape technically. So if you want to remove the mesh collider instead of right click it, I'll press play first.
Robot.
Yeah, right click the name mesh collider, and remove component. Just get rid of it. Now go into component again, physics. Try another one. Try like box collider.
So we gotta dance like
And then press play.
And what is that? But then if can you get run over by a ball now? Knocked over by a ball?
Yeah, you can if you just pull like.
Oh, so it hits the box if he's standing on it.
Well, he's standing on it because you see, like the box collider, it's centered around the feet, and it's just how it starts usually by default. You can change that. You see the center of the box collider. You can make it like 1 up, for example. Now you make it here. And you can make the size like 2. And now see, now it kind of covers. You get it? And now he's not really standing on the box. He's kind of standing on the ball.
Moving.
Yeah.
Balls come out. Balls knocked him over.
So that's what we just did earlier, right? So again, so double click the animator controller. Yeah, just go double click to open it. Yeah, and you see how it opens this tab. You see, these are all kind of there. So double click the twist dance animation, and then go into the properties here. Just scroll down a little bit. Not that one. Up here. Yeah, loop. Yeah, and then go down and apply. Yep. So loop, it just loops the animation basically. Yeah, so once it hits the end, it'll just start it right back from the beginning. Now you can go back to scene, right there, and just press play. So, you can pull that out, so you can always just grab this tab and you pull it back. It's just a mistake. See, it happens sometimes. Just so you know, you can grab by those tabs. So now if you press play, you should just keep doing this thing. Well, it's not gonna come unless you push it there. Behind them, you gotta like. Oh yeah, he's still gonna keep dancing. Did you get it to loop?
You got to which collider do you use?
Oh, if you wanna use a collider, use a box collider. Yeah, and then change the center up, and then the size Y 1, 200. If you guys want to do this, we were just doing this earlier, to make the character react to physics, I would recommend you put a box collider on him. So select the top level of your character, components, physics, box collider, and then you'll usually notice it'll put it around his feet, like that. That's just because the character always starts at the feet, and the collider will just go around the feet. So all you have to do is modify the properties of the collider right here. You can change the center Y to like 1 to center it like around the body, and then the size Y to like 2, and then you get like kind of like that, kind of envelops him. And then if I add a rigid body to this guy too, and if I put, I'll put him behind the barrels.
It's terrible.
Make this like, hey, this is virtual reality. We can do whatever we want. It's not as bad as Westworld. I was watching that yesterday.
Just having a good time.
Oh, it's a box collider, so he's like.
Yeah. Yeah, can't stop this crew.
Now, what's really cool about characters, especially, is in all these characters there's something called rigged. So rigged character basically means it's already ready to be puppeteered. It's like all of the bones are in the character, and there is actual bones. inside 3D characters. It's kind of how it works. So you can actually access these bones by just opening up the character. You can go in, you can open the hips, and then in there you got the pelvis, you got the spine. So if I grab like the spine and I rotate by the spine, see that? No. Hey, what? I'm not pressing play. No, the animation will just put it back to like what the animation was made to do with the bones. But you can already kind of understand how the animation is just a sequence of these types of rotations and positions. It just saves as an animation. And you can get really in depth. You can go all the way down the spine. You can go down to the left shoulder, you know. Then you can even open that. You can get like the elbow.
You give his hand like a child object to pull out.
Even sleeve. You can so even the hand. See that? The hand itself, and then even the fingers. So you can go down to like ring finger. So even the fingers. So everything's rigged. That's what it's called. It's called rigging. If you have your own character that you made, or say if you 3D scan someone, like their body, you can very easily upload that to Mixamo, and then Mixamo will puppeteer the character, will rig it. As long as your person is like this, when you're scanning them or whatever, and then you can pull them to Mixamo and you can put those dances on them or whatever, just like that. Yep.
So
Easy.
in order for you to collide, you apply the wrist body and
In a collider. Yeah.
on the person.
Yeah. Just make sure it's the top level, like the parent object of the person. Knocked. What up?
It's still dancing.
Skills.
Oh.
Are you figuring out an ankle?
It looks like he's right on the barrel, so that was
Yes.
So you can already see how fun this could be. Like, as long as like, you know, you're already at a beginner level now. Like, you already know how the 3D interface works. You know how to import assets. You know how to copy things around, how to scale them, how to move them. You know how the asset store works a little bit. Like, we've just downloaded some basic assets and pulled them in. We've played around with a little bit of physics, and we did some of this character animation stuff. But yeah, you can already see. So what we're gonna do tomorrow with this kind of same project is we're gonna work off of this, and we're gonna do some more like special effects. Like I'm gonna show you how you can create something like a fire effect or something like that. And then I'll also show you how you can make things react to music with some very simple components that I wrote. And then later I'll actually show you how a component itself works, how you can make a component yourself, which is actually scripting. But for now, it's gonna be fun. You know, we're gonna kind of, just put together this kind of scene. Hopefully, you'll all pick like your character and your song, and we'll make like a cool little like demo. Just like characters dancing, balls flying, whatever you like. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, you should do it. You should do the same.
What? Put it on the
Yeah,
barrels?
Just put a game object in her hand.
Oh no, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just thinking it's kind of cool because you put it on the barrel.
Yeah.
How do you upload your own stuff to this?
So you just have to have a character. But see, there's an upload button right there.
So I think the problem is that your shadow.
You have to have. I guess you have to be logged in.
Yeah, I don't think it's for light, you
Do
should.
you have the sun? What type of light do you have? The reflected light, sun, directional.
Because when I started, there was no sun.
Yeah. It should come with. It should. This direction light should be here when you open it.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
No.
That's weird. Try to like play with the intensity.
Yeah, but that doesn't. Still, it's not balanced.
Not balancing? What do you mean it's not balancing? Like the normal graph is not
No,
obvious? or
when the
something?
light hits, it's not balanced. So you get more lighter. Because I just see it does work.
I think it's you gotta go to the lighting channel. So you go to window. You can check it out.
Oh.
When I get the light, it's not balanced. Or it's like a
You got no ambient light. I think
Right,
that's.
right.
So go to window.
You go to window, lighting,
Bigger.
then auto generate. Okay? And then give it a sec.
Ah, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I think for some reason it'll.
Yeah, somehow when I started,
You change the
Yeah, so it's
intensity,
the
right?
ambient light. Yeah, so now you can tweak the intensity back.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, don't switch that. That's isometrical perspective. Just put that again. You want to be in perspective, but you want to look around.
I wanna, yeah, like, instead of being in front,
So the best way to do that is by holding right click, you kind of want to pan a little bit, then you turn. So you pan, then you just pan, then you turn. That's kind of like the best way to do that. Now, one thing if you notice, your character might look a little funky, like if some parts are like transparent or something like that. This is a Mixamo thing. Sometimes it does this. If you click on your character like a couple times to get to like his skin or something, you might see that this rendering mode is transparent. So then sometimes it might look funky like that. You have to switch that to opaque. Sometimes it just does that. That's a Mixamo thing. I noticed that on your character. So if you just click, yeah, so if you just press play, you just kind of click on it all the time. Just have slow. Click on her skin here, use the name of her inside of it, and then open the material. No, the arrow right here. Yeah. See, this is transparent. I'm gonna switch that to opaque. And wash her hair. See that? Yeah, it was like it had it set on the edges of that maximum, and that's why it didn't look quite right. But and I should.
I got my clear FBX and I've been.
There should be two files. There should be that and the character. You seem to have downloaded just the animation. Yeah, see, just the animation. Just go to store again. Characters. Select the character. Find animation. Yeah, add to pack. And then add to my assets. And then view down there. And then queue down. It's, you have to do it in those steps. And then FBX video. Yeah, animation pack. That should go. No, just the top one. Oh wait. Yeah, that. I know, it should still. You can unzip that, then pull both of them in. Or if it should be, let's see what it says. Yeah, I think both of those. See, one is the character and one is the character's animation. Maybe not in a barrel folder. Maybe put it in its own folder. Yeah. Give it a second. All right, and then take it out. Yeah, and then pull Claire, the sphere one. I don't know if shows up with the spheres in there. That's the character. So just pull it, yeah, right there. Then you have to create an animator controller. So right click and create. Create. Animator controller.
It just disappeared.
Call it that you want.
It's really cool. You made it
And double click that. And you open a new tab for animator. See that? Then you pull the animation, just do that file in there.
Interesting. So how do you tell?
Which is which?
Yeah.
If you click it, you see how it previews you? It shows the character. If you click it right there, it doesn't. And it's usually that at the name of the animation. So if you do like 10 animations, they'll all be the character at, like, dance at, die at, like, happy, or whatever. So you can pull that in. Yeah, and now it's automatically, it just links the entry right into there. And then all you have to do is make a loop, like double clicking in a loop time. And then go down and apply. If you don't do the apply, it'll tell you like, are you sure you want to apply? And you go to scene, and just click Claire again, the character, and you have to drag that animator into its animator. Yeah. And that's it. Now you linked the whole picture together.
Animator created. So clarity, and so you drag that into per character.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah,
Because sometimes you might have the same character, but different characters will have different animators. For example. Some characters might be good guys or bad guys. It depends on how you set it up. But basically, that's and you'll see where this comes in handy. Is later when you have more than one animation, you can actually link them in different ways and on different behaviors, different animations play. So like
the sequence of behaviors. Is that what
you can do a sequence or you can do conditionals and stuff, and you'll see what we're gonna do with that.
Cool.
But yeah, and it's a very useful tool, and that's one of the best things about Unity. It has these very specific places. Yeah, so whenever you need to go back, tweak the animation, you just go back to the animator, and that's where you do it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You don't have to like kind of go into a million different places. It's all kind of
And then I can add Claire.
You should probably do it. You should probably do it not on play. You wouldn't have time to put a collider. The physics box collider. Yeah, physics box collider. Whatever. And then the center Y should be 1, and that should be 2. Inside it should be 2. Yeah.
Or you can do like.
Yeah. And now if you press play, she should be physics.
She's too strong for balls. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Like you,
How do I make it so, you know this in the, for like default stop dancing?
Yeah, so we're gonna do more of that tomorrow, like conditionals and stuff. That you do on collision, it'll be a script. You can probably see it in the video. It's just an on collision script, and then you change an animator state.
So I already was done, David.
Yeah, definitely highly recommend y'all check out like the online resources that we have. We have some pretty cool videos. Even though I know it's great to do it in person too, because then I could actually show you hands on. But if you ever want like to learn more extra stuff, we have a lot. We have a lot online, and the community in general has a lot online too. But yeah, I think we can. I just want everyone to be very comfortable with these simple concepts, and you'll see how these simple things can become like very, very like intuitive and fun. Like just starting with the basics. But see, even in just a couple of hours, never having done it before, it's very fun and very easy to create some very funny behaviors. Right? And really, the imagination is the limit here. What you could do.
Killing it.
So are they rolling off the thing because the thing is slightly slanted?
Of what thing?
They're rolling off the plane because the plane is slightly slanted?
No, they just still have some acceleration in them.
They're all rolling in one direction.
It's because they fell from here. They're very heavy. I made them very heavy. Other thing too that you can do with the bones too, if you go in and you grab a specific bone like spine, and then I go to neck, and then I go to head, I can actually scale that. Yeah.
Can you make an anime like that?
It could. But if I press play, I think it'll just go back to default. Oh no, I won't.
So the scale is not.
Yeah, I got no head.
So my concepts when the ball hits, they probably doesn't fall over.
It's probably the weight of the balls and just the guy, since he's a box collider, he has a very stable footing. You need like a force to kind of knock him over.
So there's actually a box setting him up. Wouldn't the
Well, I mean, it's a box collider. Capsule collider would make him just always fall over. Unless you have constraints, you could put like rotation. You can lock the rotations, which is what we're going to do when we're creating a game. Like when we're creating a game and you are the VR player, you don't want to get knocked over. Like that's a big no-no. Like if you get knocked over while you're wearing a VR camera, like it makes you so dizzy. Like to see yourself like fall over. So there's specific things you can check on here to limit rotation, so you can't fall over. You're always standing up, for example. So it gives you full control, and you can really decide how you want your experience to be. If you want to make people puke, it's not very hard. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be teaching you how to make it nice.
What are some cool things we're going to do after a few weeks?
So yeah, the first one we're doing is a VR music video. Second one we're doing just like kind of like more physics. So we're doing like a soccer goalie demo, and then the third one is gonna be a VR shooter. So you're gonna basically be able to create like the major types of experience. I think you're gonna know how to use all the assets. You're gonna know like basics of scripting. You're gonna know how to do characters with multiple animations. You're gonna know how to level design. You're gonna know how to even do some basic AI pathfinding for the enemies. Things like keeping score, health on a player, shooting, playing sound effects, things like that. So basically, pretty much all of the major Unity components. And then from there, you can decide, what kind of project you want to build. But you by then should have used all the different components inside Unity, or at least all the major ones. There's some other obscure ones that we won't cover, like analytics, and stuff like that. But that's, there's plenty of other sources for that. But yeah, we really want to cover like the Unity editor, like, and all of its features, and also we're going to be teaching like some VR design principles, because there's certain, best practices to creating a good VR experience as opposed to a bad one. Like what I was saying earlier, like never knocking over your player ever when you're in VR, or
When you are covering VR, are we going to actually have a headset?
yeah, we're gonna use cardboards. We're gonna have the little Go for Ds. Yeah, you'll see. Yeah, you'll get one.
I think I have one.
You do.
Did we bring we're gonna bring it tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah, so they look like this. So They just fit on your smartphone. Like so. And that makes it a VR headset. And you can just, so we're going to be using that. I don't know if I have anything on here that we've done. No, it's on my other phone. Yeah, it works pretty good. And we're doing this because everyone can do this. Everyone has a phone. Oh. And if you don't have a phone, it's fine. I'll bring one. I'll bring a phone. Everyone can use. What? That's okay. You know, we'll use one in class. You'll know how to do it though. It's actually not very hard. It's just doing it once. That's the important thing. Like once you do it and you're doing it with your own hands, and you see that it's not very hard.
How are you editing in play mode?
I'm not in play mode.
Well, weren't you like moving objects around while they were rolling? That's what
Yeah,
you're saying?
yeah, I was. I just grab them.
I can't do that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Well, actually, like Google's off. So.
Well, that you can't, but you could. Yeah, we still got like another 30 minutes, and I can just go around and make sure everyone is comfortable with everything we've done so far. Also, if you just want, you know, I'd say hit up the asset store right now. Maybe look for some other assets you can use. There's other cool characters on there as well. But what I want you to specifically look for is some interesting environments, because that's what we're going to be working with tomorrow. Is we want to create like a nice, interesting environment.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So, I want the slide to, first it was kind of rolling off or falling off, but then now he's just staying like that. But then he doesn't have this body and collider.
He does, yeah. He has both.
But then why is not?
Why he's not falling?
Yeah.
I think it's just the specific angle. He might have gotten stuck there. But you want to like see how the cube is kind of like around his feet. If you want to size it appropriately,
Holding it
you
down.
can. You want to put the center of the collider. You can change the center to 1 and Y, so you can start it here. Put the size 2 and Y, and now we made it like.
So you want to cover the entire.
Yeah, and then that should be more accurate.
That's what I want to do.
But yeah, that's it.
I see.
Make sure you save your scene, everyone.
It's awesome.
Control S to save your scene. Yeah, and if you have the time, check your email for what I sent. The little form. If y'all can fill that out, that could be helpful.
Are you give us take-home assignments or anything maybe?
Yeah, so tomorrow's take-home assignment will be create your own VR music video. Today's take-home assignment, if you want, is just explore some environments, because we're all going to be creating our own little environments over the week to create the VR music video. And yeah, tomorrow I'll show you how to do the Google VR stuff and how to use the music reactive stuff, and then we'll be doing some more 3D and designing. And then this is going to be a good intro week, because then next week we're going to be getting into scripting. And that's a little bit more computer sciencey, but it's going to be very fun. And you can see how easy it is.
Hey, Philip, I don't want an asset. Where's it go?
It usually gives you an asset import dialog.
Yeah, you got import.
Yeah,
Yes, now you just click that. It should. I think it's.
you're in
press
play
play.
mode.
Yeah, get out of play mode.
Okay.
Oh, let me teach you another thing, everyone. So everyone should do this right now. So follow me. So remember how when you go into play mode and you do a bunch of changes, you come out of play mode and you lose it. So I've known even professionals that have done hours of work in play mode and forgotten that play mode is on. So here's a quick trick to just help yourself know that you're in play mode, if you notice mine kind of changes color a little bit, my editor, when I'm in play mode. Let me show you how to do that, right? So I want you to go here to edit and then go down to preferences. So just go to where file, edit, preferences, right? And then you should get this menu. You click colors. Okay. Play mode tint. Make that color something drastic. Like I make mine green, you make it purple or whatever. Make that, and now when you press play, you see the whole program changes color. Just so you remind yourself that you're in play mode and you should not be doing anything important, like, because it doesn't save it. So,
I don't have to on Mac, but
edit, preferences,
Preferences under.
file.
Unity.
Oh, you're right. Okay, Unity, preferences. Mac people.
Colors.
Color?
Colors, and then you play mode tint. See that?
Make double click.
Make that tint like more tinted. Nice. Oh, that's very tinted. Yeah, you can now go wrong with that. Yeah, you know, even the official Unity people do that during their roadshow. They show everyone to do that.
Whoa.
So now you can be 100% sure that you're in play mode and that you know to be careful. Yeah. So see if you press play, sometimes you can't tell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did. Yes. Just you know, as a helper. Yeah, I like it because, you know, whenever I come around, I see everyone has a different wall texture, a different character. Everyone's got different play mode colors. You know, someone's a deep purple, someone's like a red, someone's like green.
So download about little delicious sweets from your asset store. But then, how do
Oh, so it's usually in the. Hold on, I don't know. I think. Oh, that's you. It's a UI on it. Seems like it's only for UI. Yeah, it's only icons and UI. Yeah. That's why there's no 3D model. Yeah.
So if I go candy, look up free candy, 3D models. This is 3D models. That's good.
Maybe that one. There's a little 3D pizza. And then it should be, usually it's a prefetch folder. Scroll down. Or, I mean, move your window up. You can't see the bottom row. Move your window up. Was it delicious sweets? Was that? What was it? Oh, it's in icons, I think. I think that's just how it came in. Yeah. Usually some each one of those. And then again, you can do the same stuff that I was doing earlier. You know, you add the collider on it, you add the rigid body.
Is there a good way to control gravity? And where it can be pushed upward?
Yeah, you can go to edit, project settings, physics, and then that's your gravity, speed, and direction. See that? It's in negative y, 1.8 meters per second squared. Yeah.
So how would we make a sphere and then I want gravity in the sphere?
You want it to be, you want it to not be affected by gravity?
No, I want any question to spin up the sphere.
Oh, well that's, yeah, you would have to write a certain script to
Oh,
make
okay.
things and
That's-
stuff like that. Yeah, that's a scripting thing.
So does everything need like a mesh collider and a rigid body? in general, like most objects?
Well, if you want them to react to physics, like then you give them a rigid body, and then they need to have a collider if you don't want them to go through walls and the floor.
How do I make my character run? Because I have a running.
Yeah. Yes. You would have to write like a little script, or like what we're gonna do tomorrow is we're gonna cover how to create your own animation keyframe stuff. I can actually show you really briefly, but yeah, we're just gonna cover it again tomorrow anyway. So the way that you do that is, and this goes for any object. Let's say I just do like a cube. I just put this cube right here. So you go into right here into window, the animator window. No, wait, sorry. Animation window. Yeah. Very similar, but totally different. Not animator, but animation. So when you have your cube selected, it'll say here, to begin animating cube, create an animator animation clip. So you just click create, and then you save this, cube animation or whatever. And now I created like a keyframe thing. So then all you do is you do the record keyframe right here. You move this timeline, and then you move this, and voila, you got a keyframed animation. That's a quick way to do it. There's a scripting way to do it as well, but yeah, I was just showing you but we'll cover this tomorrow, like how to do it, because we're gonna be using this for our music video. If you want certain things to animate in certain places, so I can do like. So I can even do the scale. Yeah, you can see that it's very similar to most animating programs. But again, you don't have to worry about that. We'll cover it tomorrow. It's pretty simple.
Any other questions? What did you do?
Do you have questions?
When did you start operating Crazy Pumpkin?
Like lots of them?
Yeah.
During play mode, I did duplicate them. Click it again. Click the pumpkin again.
Yeah.
And now duplicate. They're just make your plane way bigger, I'd say.
That's the animation controller you created.
You're the 1x1, it should be like 10 by 10. You can scale it like that.
It would be
If you scale by the middle, you're always scaling equidistant.
And then I go play mode.
that's
But then once I see all the pumpkins coming when the planet's
drag
done,
it, so create a new animation controller.
when the planet's done, the pumpkins all right away, right?
Yep.
Right click in the.
So we're gonna create
right
all the
click
pumpkins
here,
that have to
create,
stay?
Do it in scene mode.
create a new animation.
You just have to move each one.
And then do the same thing that you did.
You could
This
technically
animation controller.
do it all in play mode, then you can save it all as a
You
prefab.
move the animation clip
Two.
into the animation controller.
Okay.
So it's
Pretty hacky way of doing it. I don't think you'd ever have a reason to do it that way though.
I downloaded this picture, so I don't know where
So it's already in?
Yeah.
And it's probably.
Magnetic save. That would explain it.
And remember how you dragged it before? To go to your character. Go to your character.
Is that it?
Oh, yeah.
In here.
So the video
Connect it
you
to the animation controller you created before.
I should have said like,
The new animation controller that you just created.
Oh.
See?
Yeah, everything's saved in scene. If you ever edited and under scene and you didn't save something, it would tell you like, you know, are you sure you want to save? You don't want to save the scene.
Okay, so there's two scenes.
Yeah, so yeah, and every time usually when you get those big environments, they come with their own scene with everything already set up. The scene file is kind of like just the arrangement, you know.
The controller is the thing you use to drag it across.
So that,
So yeah, that's a skybox.
oh, so that's specific to that.
We're gonna drag
Yeah.
this screen, okay.
So you usually go to asset storage like the skybox, and then you use that.
Yeah. Now I should do it.
Deep space.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
We will put together this is the justice for website. We will do the for this part of stuff. We'll make that. Oh, yeah, should be cool. Should be cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna I wanna keep this like very. I feel like we covered already a lot, and I want it to all really sink in. Yep.
What do I do?
Oh yeah. So in the animator. So make sure it's the animator that you already have on the character.
Yeah.
You're using boxing now.
Yeah.
Double click the boxing animation, and then down there. Scroll every time.
So anyway to do any of these back to back?
To do more than one, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you pull in another one, another animation. Boxing, shut.
You could. I also thought about.
I emailed the guy.
Yeah, that's it, yeah, pull that in. Yeah, and then now right click, make transition, and pull the arrow down. And now that should work. Now I don't know if it's capoeira configured for this character, we'll try it. Like it's not like red, especially, you know. And then switch to capoeira. And you can loop the capoeira too if you want. You know, just unpress play, and then again just double click that. But you see, this is how the animator works. So you can put many different animations. And work with them.
So now it should do boxing,
Yep.
capoeira, boxing, capoeira.
No, it'll just do capoeira and it'll keep looping on capoeira. If you wanted to do boxing, yeah, you make another transition back to boxing. It'll do boxing, then it'll return to boxing, then go down to capoeira.
And I'm guessing it'll do
Right clicking on capoeira and make transition back to boxing. I think you lost it. Do it again, right there. Pull it up. There you go. And now you should be able to see transition from spinning this to that, finishes that, and then goes that. Oh, does it? Magical loop. Yeah, you just turn off the loop. Double click it again. The animation. One. Two.
You should do it.
Might have tweaked it to itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Environment, so you. I'm a horrible cook.
So there's on the assets though, you'll see they're not just there's like literally entire environments. All sorts of stuff.
Try fish.
That's interesting, yeah.
There's all sorts of
Big
like,
something.
Hey, you got this screwed up, maybe look at
You
interesting.
can buy some like
Yeah,
12 or
it's one
something.
of the free ones.
Is that acid? Oh yeah? Then pretty awesome.
Each side.
So if you put something on top of it, if you put like your character on top of it,
Too vicious.
Too vicious.
Throw him
Sci-fi
on.
Warzone, you know. Some of these are very detailed, so careful, like when you're downloading, you can all see the size of them.
should
Like
work.
this one is multiple gigs, you know, just the environment.
I
It's
wonder if
very,
it has sections you can't.
very
walk up.
demanding processing power and stuff. But
Oh,
yeah, there's
jump
also.
up to get up to
Just
them.
your index.
Oh, I mean, there's definitely some
Yeah,
good
but
ones.
it's like-
Like
You're not allowed to walk up.
camping for
You
school.
need to put your
I think if we got that to do in the morning, well,
Yeah, there is.
she was home and we'll be teaching the lesson.
Maybe.
And then I don't know.
A lot of times that when you get the whole environment, it comes with the scene file. Double click the scene file, and then
Yeah, we did it in the morning. We played to a pool. Like I said, like 15 people.
Oh, no, collider. I don't think I had a collider on that.
So she found out him with a not there, and they different. What are you talking to the ones
Is anyone else still on my hotspot? Can I turn it off?
It's not here, so I couldn't stop it. Or, you know, I joined it very much.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I resized the thing and then.
Well, there's a little
triggered
bumpy.
it.
I used a capsule collider.
Yeah, so
If it was
that happens.
collider, it'd be fine.
so you would then have to actually go in and change the tiling of your texture here. See, but then it would change it everywhere. You get it? So what you would need to do is create a separate material just for this one. So you create material. Brick.
So what is the whole idea of the
So materials can have multiple textures. Like a material has things like this, you know. It has the color, but then it also has smoothness, metallic. Material is basically like, I don't know, basically a texture. Yep. Texture is just like one texture, whereas a material can have multiple textures. It could have things like smoothness and stuff. I don't know what
Yeah.
it put it on, you get no difference. But and then now, if you switch this material, see now you're only switching it for example. So I would make this different.
Yeah.
You know, or if you want to make it lead, so you can make it something like that. Right? You get it? Like, because all of them shared one material. So when you change the material on this, that's what changes it on that. So then I created a separate material, and then I put just the material onto this other object. And now I can change this object's material. Well, this one, see this is brick texture, red wall stock, whereas this one is just brick. You get it? So they use the same texture, but they are different materials, so they have different properties. This one has a different tiling than this one, for example. You get it? So a material has properties like tiling, smoothness, metallic, etc., etc. We're all good for tomorrow, right? The keys and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Do we just leave it like this?
Yeah, we can leave it, nothing is going on.
Okay, cool.
I'm not allowed to say anything.
I'm gonna let marker this Sharpie.
Don't worry about it, I'm gonna clean with weakness or something.
I mean, people don't even know about this. I learned this in an office once, because I did the same thing. I used the Sharpie on a whiteboard. You can literally Google it. It's the first thing that shows up on like WikiHow or something.
Really?
Yeah, it's like if you Sharpie a whiteboard, just hit it with a wet marker.
Oh, come with a skybox.
Cut it right out. This doesn't. Thank you.
The skybox? There's a bunch of these. Oh, yeah, you're right the entire time.
Stop this recording, and we'll see you tomorrow.